We all know morning tiredness, the drop in focus in the afternoon, or generally being too relaxed to concentrate deeply and perform at our peak. So buckle up for 5 breathing exercises for a laser focus and a strong mindset. Hi and welcome back to the FlowLab channel. I'm Jonas from the FlowLab team, and if you're new to our channel, FlowLab is a mental fitness app that helps you reach peak performance and flow states. After uploading a video on 5 relaxing breathing exercises that help you keep a cool head in performance situations, some of you were also interested in breathing exercises that help you overcome tiredness and become more activated. So that's what we're covering today. In the other video on breathing, we explained that there are 2 branches of the autonomic nervous system, the parasympathetic and the sympathetic nervous system. The parasympathetic nervous system is responsible for relaxation in the body. We're broadening our focus, relaxing our muscles, our pulse is going down, and so on. For today's video, we're focusing on the sympathetic nervous system. This one is responsible for activation. Our muscles tense up, we release activating chemicals like adrenaline or cortisol, we narrow our focus and we breathe faster. So when you're feeling sluggish, tired, or simply need a little push to find your ideal activation level for flow, you want to stimulate the sympathetic nervous system. You might know that the sympathetic nervous system triggers the popular fight or flight response. In situations of danger, this quick response helped our ancestors to fight or flee from the threat. It's basically a stress response. Well, you may think now, but I don't want to be stressed, or there's not an actual threat I'm facing. Stress is not necessarily a bad thing. Psychologists distinguish between distress and eustress. Very briefly, negative and positive stress. We can make a more extensive video on stress some other time, if you want to, but my point here is that there's the positive form of stress, eustress. And this can help us perform better. In fact, it's what we need to find flow. The ideal balance between activation and relaxation. You need a certain amount of stress to focus deeply, of course, without feeling overwhelmed. I like to ask myself, for example, during lunch break, where I'd locate myself right now, in the area of overwhelm or of demotivation, sluggishness, laziness. Because reflecting on that helps me to pick the optimal breathing exercise for me to find the sweet spot between activation and relaxation needed for flow. If I'm too stressed, I'll go for a relaxing breathing exercise. And if I'm too tired or relaxed, I'll choose an activating breathing technique. Generally, in order to activate the sympathetic nervous system, you can breathe more into the chest rather than the belly. Breathe faster, more through your mouth, and then extend the inhalation. So if you've watched our other breathing video, you see that it's the opposite of what you do when you want a relaxation response. Quite intuitive. With this in mind, let's talk about specific breathing exercises that you can integrate into your daily routine. Let's start with a simple one, the 6-4 breathing exercise. You breathe in for 6 seconds and breathe out for 4 seconds. Very simple, 6 in, 4 out. This one is great if you're rather new to breath work or just want to get a gentle activation. Of course, you can also adapt the counts. The more you extend the inhalation relative to the exhalation, the more you feel the activation. For the next one, you simply leave out the breathing pauses after the inhalations and exhalations. So sit down comfortably, straighten up your spine, and then take a deep breath in through your nose and directly out again. Then directly in again, letting each breath directly turn into the next one without pausing in between. And there's no need to rush, just try to let your breath flow continuously. This way you'll breathe faster and gently stimulate the sympathetic nervous system. next one is a bit more complex, the Wim-Hof method. It will not only make you super awake, but also prepare you for ice-cold showers, as tested by the man who this technique is named after, the Iceman, Wim Hof. He holds 26 international records when it comes to bearing extreme cold, like for the longest ice bath, for example. I don't want to dive too deep into this now, but cold showers are also a great way to regulate your dopamine system and to feel more focused and motivated up to 3 hours afterwards. And if you couldn't put yourself to taking cold showers yet, try the Wim Hof method before taking a shower next time. First, some safety rules. Find a seated position for this exercise. Don't stand while you're doing it. It's best done before eating anything, so ideally in the morning. Generally, be careful, especially if you have a history of panic attacks, since there's a rapid breathing involved in this one, and always make sure you feel comfortable. Okay, this exercise has different phases. You'll start with a controlled hyperventilation, breathing in and out through your mouth very quickly, about 30 to 40 times. Try not to pause too long after each in or out breath. And regarding the inhalation, try to breathe into the belly first and then into the chest. As I said, please make sure to know your limits. But it's normal if this feels a bit exhausting or if you feel dizzy after a while. Then in phase 2, you breathe out completely and hold your breath down there for as long as possible. Perhaps go for 1 or 2 minutes first, and you may observe that with regular practice, this breathing pause here becomes longer and longer. Observe your physical sensations here. Perhaps how your heart is beating, tingling in your fingers and toes, or also the oxygen in your head. And when you naturally feel the urge to breathe in again, go ahead, do so, and take a strong deep breath in. Hold it up there for 10 to 15 seconds before you breathe out again. This was round 1. You can repeat these steps 2 to 4 times depending on how you feel that day. I know it's a lot of information to keep in mind, but you'll quickly remember all the steps once you've done it a few times. This exercise is set to strengthen the immune system, increase energy levels, and generally well-being. Alright, moving on to number 4. Here you'll breathe first into the belly for a count of 2, then into the chest for a count of 2, before breathing out again for a count of 2. This may remind you of the first phase of the Wim Hof method, where you also breathe first into the belly and then into the chest. This one is probably a bit slower compared to the hyperventilation in the previous exercise, but still very activating, and therefore a great way to start the day or overcome tiredness during the day. No worries, there's no higher math involved in this one, but last but not least, I have an exercise where you breathe in and out for 2 seconds each and repeat that 4 times before breathing in for a count of 6 and breathing out for a count of 6. It's not as complicated as it may sound first, just give it a try. With a long breath of 6 seconds in between, it won't feel as dizzying or exhausting as some of the other exercises. And by keeping track of the rounds, you'll also train your focus. So if you want to get ready for a challenge you need your entire focus for, get out of your autopilot mode or coziness, have a go at this exercise. I'm curious to hear whether you're already practicing one or more of these techniques and which one of them were new to you. Just leave a comment below. Otherwise, give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel if you're interested in more mental fitness content. We're always very happy to get your feedback. Thank you so much for watching and go get it. I'll see you next time.